What's up, guys? It's Colin again. We're actually starting another series, but it's with this car. We've had this car for like 3 years now, and we've just decided that we finally want to get it painted. So I'm taking it to one of the best guys in the country. He's in Florida, in Gainesville. The name of the shop is called Cruisin Cars. I'll put a link in the description. But all this is going to get fixed. I actually just can't believe it. I pulled too far forward over this rail and damaged this, which I guess there could be worse places to do the damage, considering you could probably hide it. I'm not a fiberglass guy, but I can't believe I've towed this thing probably 10,000 miles, loaded it no less than 80 times, and I can't believe that happened. But we are loaded up and ready to go. So I'm gonna probably do a little bit of a time lapse, then we're gonna be in Florida, and then I'll show you around the shop in Florida, hoping to get there before 4 o'clock. All right, guys, we made it to Gainesville. This is Cruisin Cars. I got the Corvette here. I got Windsor. We're gonna go inside and take a look around. I think you guys are gonna be very, very happy. So this is what they do. They make complete chassis, motor drop-ins, or they do with motors and transes as well for C1, C2, and then Avantis. And they have a huge mess of parts here. Windsor, what are you doing, bub?
What you doing, Poop?
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
Good. Take a look on that side.
You got it good too.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think this was already repaired once, honestly. That side's the worst. That makes me cringe.
Yeah, you got it good.
Hey, there's no question. If I'm gonna do something, I do it to the fullest.
Do it right. That's my attitude.
Right.
You're gonna do it right. It's been fixed at least 2 times. I can see a bunch of patchwork on the back side.
Yeah. Is the valance from the bumper down relatively easy? The bonding strips are behind the bumper?
Yeah, basically it's a one-piece section all the way across.
That's not the worst, I guess. When you hear that fiberglass cracking, it's like the worst noise. It's like, oh man.
Well, I'll let you clean it out and unload it and then just drive it around the back.
Possibly the last time I start this car before it's painted red. Easy. Love this car.
You got brake lights.
I do? Yeah. You want me to keep going?
Hey man, you getting the instructions? All your gauges work and radio.
Takes a minute for that amp to warm up.
Yeah, it's not a transistor like that they are today.
The gauge cluster is in off. It's stripped, which is pretty shitty because
I just the speedometer cable.
Huh?
The speedometer cable stripped, or the back of the speedometer?
This whole thing, dude, okay, it's shitty because I just had it replaced like a year ago or 2 years ago. And then my wife was driving it one day and she said, Colin, it's just screaming at me. And it was this gear inside there, and I finally got over there and I just took the cable off.
Right.
But then, I know there is one issue with the car mechanically. I'm gonna tell you about it in a second. But the whole thing started vibrating itself to pieces, and now the face of the thing I don't know if it's riveted or tiny little screws or whatever, but it's all. The one, huh? Yeah. The one issue that I know of is it's not doing it right now, of course, but something in the distributor is one, making the needle jump, and it also makes a horrendous like whirring noise.
Might be the gear on the bottom getting a little worn out. Yeah, it's got a lot of paint because it just ain't bonding.
Really thick.
Yeah, all these bubbles coming through.
This bubble didn't start happening until like I started driving it, like maybe a year or two ago.
It's still got way too much paint. I mean, it looks like it's been painted 3 times, and basically
they never stripped it.
Yeah, I won't even paint over one paint job. Yeah. Some guys will say, well, the one paint job I can go over and you'll be all right. Well, maybe not.
Well,
because you can see, I mean, this ear is all bubble enough too.
Isn't that crazy?
Just too much paint. Like I said, it looks like it's been, they call this Panama yellow.
The first one?
Yeah, this cream color. Looks like it was or a Roman red once.
Okay, here's the short story, because I know that you probably do so many cars, you're kind of sick of stories. But the short story is that the person I bought it from wasn't actually the owner. Her father was the owner, but he had dementia, and so she had power of attorney.
Right.
So she sold me the car because it was literally like $300 a month to have this thing stored for no reason. And she just said that she was going to keep telling him that the car was running and she was driving it every day. That's what she'd been telling him since they parked it. So she'd rather have the money. So I bought the car for like 30 or 31. I can't even recall at this point, somewhere in that range. It ran, but like shitty. I mean, this carburetor was
sitting that long.
Yeah.
I mean, probably the gas was like,
it was
tarnished.
Sludge.
Yeah.
So I put a lot of heat in it, and I put a carburetor on it, started it up, and drove it. Craziest thing. Went through the charging system. New voltage regulator, or used one, but it was good, like off of a truck or something.
Well, you ain't got no grommets on any of those firewall penetrations. They're just open holes.
Bro, we ain't perfect. We're just good looking.
Might work for you, but it don't work for me.
Hey, I'm with you. So the reason that...
What, both of you good looking?
No. As long as I keep my hat on, I'm all right.
No, so the damage in the back allegedly is from her dad had 2 Corvettes, this and another one. He gave this one to her for her to drive in college, which is why it has the college stickers on the back. He drove it when he first bought it. He drove it on base. That's why the stickers on the front. And he backed his 65 into this car and did 2-for-1 damage.
That's always interesting.
Isn't that great?
It happened more than you think, really.
So that's why they painted it. They painted it at the same time. The way that the paint's peeling up on the back. Dementia, bro. He went out there in like the 90s and tried to clean the car up, and was cleaning the bumpers with mineral spirits and left the rag on the bumper.
Well, that's one thing we'll discuss. I mean, you're going to go all this trouble with, new body panels and all new paint job. You want these window posts. These are pop metal.
Yeah.
And they do the same thing with these. You bring them your posts, and they give you a set already re-chromed, and you don't have no downtime.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to put a new seal in, you might want to replace these and get.
So is this pop metal, or is this a veneer on top of pop metal?
No, this is pop metal chromed.
No way. But this is stainless?
That's stainless.
Huh.
This is all stainless.
Huh.
You have to take this piece.
Oh, you're talking about this piece right here? Or this piece?
This piece. No.
What the hell? Are you serious?
This piece.
It looks exactly the same.
This piece here is stainless. The frame, this trim, what you call the window trim, is all stainless. This door post is pop metal. This is all stainless. This could all be sanded and repolished and look brand new.
Right.
This, I can put it on my buffer and I can polish it, but it's not going to take the imperfections or the pits out of it. My thought process, if I'm going to put all that effort and time and paint job, it ain't going to look like this. So this will take away from the paint job.
So let me ask you this. So replacing or getting these re-chromed, Does that take it from a 9 to a 10?
These
Or does that take it from a 7 to a 10?
7 to a 10.
Steve, you want to plug your shop?
Not really.
No? Too much work as is?
Yeah, I'm not looking to do 20 cars. I like the word of mouth. That way when they come here, I'll turn that other light switch on.
I want to see the 409 before I leave.
That's right here.
This is Roman red, but it's not buffed yet, but he painted it perfectly so that the white and the red is the exact same height. This is a 62, so it wouldn't have had a white cove, but it's really cool. Kind of looks like Lightning McQueen. This is the monster. They're making like an SS C1, I think. Like the car that never existed. But damn. That is so cool, isn't it, Bub? You like that too? $800 horse?
It's got 700 to the rear wheels. They can get about 1,500 out of it if they want.
Aftermarket block.
I'm driving it every day. I don't need that.
What tires? Oh, these tires, right? Yeah, this is the car.
Yeah. Okay, here's your seat. There's what
Wait,
they
seat?
behind
behind.
your seat.
Gotcha.
This is what yours look like.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they look like when they're polished.
It feels nice too. It's pretty.
Mm-hmm. So
Dude,
these.
the chrome in this car is gonna add up so fast.
Well, the thing is you can't buy. They don't reproduce these.
Are they stainless or the chrome?
Oh yeah, everything on the Corvette, with the exception of the pot metal, is all stainless
Or aluminum.
or aluminum. Yeah, the sill plates are aluminum. That's about the only aluminum trim on it. Like the top fender trim.
So they just polish them out? Is that what you're saying?
We do.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Well, like I said, back in the day when them cars were not that old and people drove them, they didn't go to the Chevy dealer and buy a new car.
Well, that's what you're saying. You got yours for $1,500.
Yeah, you could buy them all day long for $1,500 in the '60s.
Yeah. I guess C2s were just that cool, man.
Yeah, and the C3s were just as cool.
But they're not. But they're
C2s?
not. No. My
Yeah.
dad has a C2. It's not that cool.
67 convertible with a big block in it.
Oh, okay. Come on, Windsor.